Hello everyone, welcome to tonight's live stream. We are live and we are doing a live session all about third person combat. So yeah, hello everyone, welcome to everyone in chat. Good to see some familiar faces and some new ones. If you don't know, we are currently hosting a Games Jam, the Spring Games Jam of 2023 for Ryan Lady Games. It started and the theme is connection, so if you haven't started your project yet, get started. You can find out all the details on the video that I posted like this morning. Check it out and by all means have fun with it. There is a prize for the winner, so good luck to everyone who is taking part. I look forward to seeing everyone's submissions next weekend. So if you want to join us next Saturday, I'll be playing some of the finalists live on stream and reviewing them as I play them. So yeah. Okay, so let's talk about third person combat. Let's go into it because this is a topic that we could spend weeks on. Like if I did on live stream 24/7, we could spend a whole week or more definitely more working on it. So we're going to go through some of the basics and show you some cool things. Hopefully show you some new things as well. That'll make things really exciting for you to try out when you're making a third person type combat game. So we're going for a more action orientated thing today, but there's no reason why you couldn't do what we're doing now and apply it to something a bit more methodical, like a Dark Souls or Elden Ring type game. There's literally not much difference in it. So yeah, you can see a bit of that. Any chance we'll see something like to free flow combat today? Unlikely that level, but may see some inklings of it here and there. But yeah. Okay, so let's just jump in. So to help me with this today, I have brought in Frank's RPG Greatsword animation set. If you haven't seen Frank's animation sets, they are on the marketplace and they're actually pretty good. So I quite like them a lot, and they're all like in here. They've got like effects all built into them and things like that. So they're great to use, and that's what I'll be using today as a basis for my third-person character. So let's just get that going straight away. So first of all, I need to go and set up my third-person character to use that mesh instead of the mannequin, because as good as the mannequin is, she's not very good for what we want to do today. So in here we've got Frank's great RPG sword weapon. So this is what it looks like. Okay, so if you haven't messed about with Frank's animation sets before, they come with two types of animations. So you've got this mesh it gives you, which I think is quite cool. And it also gives a mannequin version of it. So that's why I like it, is that it gives you a model that you can test it out with. The model, it does have a custom rig and custom animations for like the cape and things. But the sword is baked onto him and so forth. So be very similar to that sort of style we're going for there. I just noticed we've got two swords. Probably the animations fix that. But yeah, we're going to use him. Now, obviously, that does mean we have to create a whole new animation blueprint from scratch. So we're going to go through the basics of getting our character up and running, because at the moment, it doesn't do anything. Then make cry combat. It'll be closer to that, yeah. I'm hoping. We'll see. So, to get up and going with an animation blueprint, I'm just going to put in this root folder here and create an animation blueprint. By all means, if you have any questions while we're going about what I'm doing, I don't explain it well enough, if you want me to explain it a bit more detailed or ask a question about what I'm doing, just put it in the chat. Happy to answer questions as we go. If I just assume something and don't actually explain it, do bring up and stop me. So I'm going to do Frank anim BP. And here it is. Okay, so we can keep it quite simple. We're going to have a state machine. And we're going to have a locomotion state. And go in here. Add a state for idle. So what I'm doing here is nothing out of the ordinary. This is the same sort of stuff you've seen in many of my videos, many other people's videos, in example projects. There's nothing special about what I'm doing here. So we set up the different states here. We're going to idle. Just got to find the idle one. Idle. And I've got two here. So I've got equip and unequip. We're just going to mess about with just equip for now. Moving. We can use a blend space. So we can go into here and use a blend space. Choose the Frank skeleton. And we'll do Frank moving blend space. Will we do parry? If we have time. Yeah, if we have time. Because for that we need to set up some AI based stuff and get them to attack us, and yeah. So we'll see if we have time. Yeah, so on here, when you do a blend space, you first of all want to name your axes. Definitely. So horizontal is going to be direction. And it's going to go from -180 to 180. And I always turn on snap to grid because it just makes life a little bit easier. And vertical axis, we're going to do speed. Let's go 0 to, I don't know, 500, whatever. And snap to grid on that as well. Snap to grid just makes things a little bit easier, but you don't necessarily have to use it. Alright, I'm just going to bring this out. One thing that is annoying with Frank's animations is that their file names are annoyingly long. So you have to do something like this to be able to see all of them. Make life a little bit easier. So he has, I think he has 2 versions. No, just one. Yeah, just the 8-way. Okay. But we've got walk and run and things like that. Okay, so let's do walking. So we've got 8-way walk. We're going to do walk forwards. And I'll do it there. Walk left. Walk right. Now he's given us 8-way animation, but I'm going to use 4. I'm going to mess about with doing 8. 4 do just fine. Put the run in. Oh, wrong one. Left. Right. Back. And you want to make sure you do back on both sides, because -180 and 180 are the same. How about roll dodging or also sidestepping dodges? Yep, we'll do dodging. You'll see that. Okay, so we've got this thing. You can preview it. If you hold down control, you can move the little cursor around. You'll preview his animation doing these things. So we'll close that. And we'll just drag out our moving blend space into our state machine. And there are our 2 axes, a horizontal and a vertical. We're going to promote those to variables. Like so. And then on the event graph, we're going to fetch those variables, which is pretty simple to do. All you have to do is get the try get pawn owner, and you want to get the velocity. Velocity is a description of direction and speed. 2 of the things we want to get from there. So we can just use velocity to do both of these jobs. First of all, to get speed, you want the length of the vector. So do vector length. And that gets you the speed. That was simple. Direction has a couple more steps involved. I'm just going to put a is valid check on here, just in case it does do something weird. It can do that sometimes. Yeah, so velocity, we can drag out from there and calculate the animation from it. Not animation, direction, sorry. Direction. You'll see animation, calculate direction. And you'll see here what we need for this. We need the target, which is itself, yep. And the base rotation, which we get from the target pawn owner. So get actor rotation. And that will give us which way they're going. And if you hover over that pin, if you ever wondered why we do the blend space between -180 and 180, this return value, it doesn't do an instant node. It must be the other node. There's 2 of them. It tells you that's what it's returning. It's a -180 to 80. -180 to 180 value. Okay, so that will go into there. We now got to handle the animation transition between the 2. So idle is going into moving when speed is greater than 0. And stagger, speedy, if we have time, if we have time, if we have time. That's it. It all comes down to time. As I said, we could spend 24/7 months doing this and not be done, because you can keep adding stuff like that. Do you recommend a motion warping plugin still in beta? It's actually pretty good. I've yet to have a problem with it. It's a bit clunky to use. I'd like it to be a bit simpler to use. So maybe that's what they're waiting for. Maybe we could show some of that today. But we won't prioritize it. But yeah, I want it to be a bit better. It's a bit too clunky. So we've got a state machine here, and it's a good idea to do all your state machines rather than plugging them directly into here, is to cache them, because no doubt in the future we're going to want to cache. So I'm just going to cache it to a Locomotion. cache. And now I can search for my locomotion cache. And because I'll be using montages in this, I want to make sure I've got a slot available to me. So slot, default slot, and chuck it in there. And that'll do for our basic starting point for our animation blueprint. And we can just apply that to our character to see where we're at with that. It's always good to do things in bits and pieces as you go, because you don't want to get stuck doing stuff and it not work. Okay, so there we go. We've got a character running around. Jumping doesn't work, animation wise anyway. I don't even know, do these things have jump? Let's have a look. Jump. What do we have? What's this? Okay, we have that jump, and we also have a 0 spot. So he gives us 2 versions of this. One jump is like the root's moving. Is the root moving on that one? I'll double check it. Yeah, the root's moving on this one, which is problematic because it means it's a fixed height. You can probably do some stuff with sections in the montages, for example, but we'll keep life a little bit simpler and we'll use jump 0 like this. Okay. We could probably do I have a falling? Let me just check if I have a falling. I don't have a falling animation. Okay, we're kind of stuck with this one. That's a bummer. What could we do for that? So the problem is if we do it as the built-in jump animation, it's going to be fixed. I mean, there's no falling animation, which is really annoying. I could probably retarget the mannequins one onto it. Let's try that. It's not going to work too well because it's not the same skeleton. Yeah. Okay, we'll try. Falling. If not, it's not the end of the world. We just want to have a falling one. We'll just retarget this animation. And we go from UE5 to UE4 many. And retarget that. Now, I know that the thanks one is sort of based on UE4 mannequin. So I'm hoping I can use that to retarget to our animation over here for him. I haven't got a retarget set up. I don't want to go through the process of setting it up. So if I can get away with this, we will. But I'm not hopeful. It's not too bad. In fact, I'll have that. Yeah, not too bad. As I say, it's mostly kept. Like obviously the cape doesn't work, and the visual effects it shows, but that's easy to fix. It's not too bad. We'll have that. So I'm just going to go and hide the visual effects. Now he's animated onto the bone on the actual model. So if I find the bone for it, there you go. I can now go to add key, and I can scale this one to 0. Like that. Now, oh, whoops, hang on. Let's add a key at the start here. Key. Nope. Yeah, add key. There we go. So now you can't see it. That'll do fine. Okay, so we'll add the falling onto here too. So what we're going to do is something that's new to UE5, but you probably haven't actually used before. We're going to use the state alias. Sorry. So we've got locomotion state. We'll do another state machine, and we'll do main states, and we're going to do a state alias. Now this alias is basically a new thing they brought in to basically make things a lot easier to connect loads of nodes up in a state machine. Like, you probably got used to doing state machines and you had loads of lines going everywhere. This saves a lot of that work. So in here, we're going to do in air, okay, is the alias. And we're going to go out of 2 nodes here. So add a state for this one. Jump. Oh. And I'm going to do the jump 0 axis in there. 0 height, sorry. Axis. So we'll make sure this is not looping. Let me just go down. Yeah, it's not looping. Good. So in air is going to go up there. And I'll make a boolean for this called is falling. We'll do is falling. We'll see, Vinny. We'll see. It's like a Bluetooth connections. Yeah, basically it is actually. So jump goes into that, and then this one go into another state called falling. And this one's gonna be automatic. So I'm gonna tick up here, automatic rule based on sequence playing. So basically when the jump finishes animation, it'll go straight into the falling animation. And in air will also go to falling. No. You want to go into... I can't remember which way around it goes now. Yeah, it goes falling into here. Yeah, so this is not falling. Is not falling. Oh. Not Boolean. Okay. So with a state alias, I don't know, you need 2, you need a pair. And we'll do, I don't know, on ground, we'll do. And you need a pair. Basically, we're saying that in air can be triggered. So any of this node here is falling can be triggered from any of these other nodes here. So I need another one node in here for state for my locomotion. And in there, I'm going to put my locomotion cache. So that's the other state machine running here. And we'll just do entry into there. So that'll go into there. In air can then trigger when we're in locomotion. I just turn locomotion on, and that's got basically the same as saying there's a link there to there, for example. But I can go from there to there, so forth. It could do anything. And then on ground can be triggered into locomotion, and that will come from falling. Oh. Like that. And you usually have a landing animation here, like you put a landing animation there. But that will come from falling. I'll make sure this is looping actually. Oh, I didn't put that in there. Fall. I need to do a full video on state aliases, but yeah, it's loop it. There you go. So basically, there's like, imagine there's a line linking this to that. Yeah. Now the benefit of that is, this one's quite simple, but the benefit of that is I don't have to drag a line to it, because I can just say this is connected to locomotion, and I can tick other things that link to as well. So if I had other modes of transport in here, I can link it all to that as well. So yeah. I don't have a landing animation, so this might look a bit weird, but we'll see how we go. There's a state machine, and we'll cache that as well. And we'll put that as main movement. And get rid of this one. And put that one in there. Alright, let's see. Oh, I haven't done is falling in the event graph. Whoops. Is falling, pretty simple. Just get the try get pull owner. And you can think you can just type it in. Nope. To get the movement component first. And then you get is falling. There you go. There we go. So, I think that's it. Yeah. And if I jump off, if I run off the thing, it'll go into his falling animation. Yeah. Well, it'll go into the jump animation first and then go into falling. I guess I could do a jump animation to check for velocity, but whatever, that'll do. We're not here for that. We're here for combat. So we're going to do some cool stuff with combat. First of all, we're going to reposition the camera to be a little bit further behind him and just slightly above his shoulder. So on the camera boom here, I'm going to increase the target arm length here to 600. And the socket offset I like to pick is 50-50. And that gives you just a little bit above the shoulder. Maybe go to 500. Target arm length. There you go. Now, if you're doing a more simulation-based combat, like Elden Ring or Dark Souls, you want to bring that camera in closer. If you're doing more action-based one, bring it out further, and you're typically all right. Okay, so attacking. Now, what's really nice about Frank's kits? Oh, God's sake, come on. Hang on, it's being slow. Nice thing about Frank's kits, when it opens up, there we go, is it comes with some nice combo animations already. So, for example, we've got combo 1. It is in 4 parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then all of them combined. So, it looks something like that, which is quite neat. Now, I've done combo stuff before on the channel, but I'm going to show you something a little bit different this time around, okay? Oh. It's falling. There you go. I'm going to show you something a little bit different, okay? So we're going to change up and do like a combo thing. So we hit like a minor attack and strong attacks. And if we hit a certain combination, we'll do like a special move type thing. So that's what we're going to do. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to go into my input settings and create a new input. We're going to create a few new inputs. So we're going to do input action for a minor attack. And we can make another one for a strong attack. Okay. We're then going to make another input action for every special move that you want for your character. Okay, so I'm going to do IA combo attack 1. Okay, and you do that for every single move you're going to do in your game. Yeah. So you have minor attack and strong attack. If obviously you have more, you do more, whatever you like. But then you go to your context and add in those 2 inputs. So IA minor attack, what we're going to do is left click, and we'll do controller whilst we're here as well. Put my controller. We'll just do on the X button, and we'll do another one for the strong attack. Right click. For strong attacks, and we'll do Y for the gamepad. Okay, so that's that bit set up. Okay, so that's all fine. Come back to that in a minute. So let's put those first of all into our character to do those simple attacks. So we're going to go into here and do IA minor attack. There we are. And on the started, not triggered but started, I want to do the montage animation. So play montage. We're going to choose our mesh. I just need to find a montage to use. So going to here, and there are combo ones, but there's also these attack animations here too, which are not too bad. But if we do this, I might ramp it up to make it faster, more Devil May Cry-ish. But if we go along this route here, yeah, that might be alright. Let me go to this one. So combo 1, create and in montage. Combo 1. And in combo 1, in here, you can string along all the ones you want that connect to that if you want. So for example, combo 1, 2, 3, 4. Got it right way around. Combo 1, 1, 1, 1, 2. 4. Have I done it in like root motion by accident? Or not root motion? Hang on. Let me open them up. I want these to be root motioned if not already. There you go. Root motion. Root motion. Root motion. Root motion. Yeah, I think so. And then if I go to combo 1. Okay. So you got that sort of setup where you can combine them all together. There's also one where he strung them all together himself on this thing. Could you blend them? But for now, we'll just do... I'll keep it simple first of all. I'll keep it simple. Just do one at a time, so we don't get overloaded with work. I'm just going to combo 1 minor. Okay, that's a minor attack. And I'm just going to make it a bit faster as well. So let's change it to 1.5. Yeah. And then in my player character here, we'll just do combo 1 minor. Cool. Now do the strong attack. Same thing. Oh. Started. Should we use root motion for... Yes, you should use root motion enabled for with attack montages, especially for doing third-person combat like this. Because usually you'll find that the attack animation is not linear, meaning that it's not the same speed consistently all the way through. So it's a bit harder to do things. And you don't want your character to go through walls. So, yeah, root motion is typically best used for those ones. So combo 1, 2, create, and then montage. And we're going to do this one to combo 1 strong. Okay. Strong. So let's put that in action and see that playing. There's 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 1, 1, 2. Okay. So that all works. At the moment, though, I can override them. So, for example, if I just spam the button, he doesn't do anything. So more on that, we've got to obviously expand it open. But I do want to show you the combo thing, because that's what people will often ask, is how do you do combos? Well, we're going to show you. So let's do a special move. There is a special move section in here. Skill 1, what's this? Too slow. I mean, I could just do these ones here. This was fine. Yeah, like that. We'll do this one. So this will be the special move. Okay, so create an montage. Combo 1. And leave it like that. Also, don't forget to make it root motion. There we go. Okay, right. So on my context here, this is how you do this. You add your mappings, and you're going to choose your combo attack 1. Then you don't have to put any key whatsoever. There's no key associated to this. But what it is associated to it are triggers. And you go to a trigger, and you open up a trigger, and you do a combo trigger. Inside the combo trigger, you can add combo actions. So we can go plus, plus, plus. I'm going to add 3. And I'm going to make it so that I have to hit minor attack twice. Oh, didn't want another one. Minor, minor, and strong. And that way, the way combo works is that you have to hit these 3 keys in order, these 3 actions in order, and it will increment. And if it gets to the end, it will successfully do its thing. Okay? And in here, you put in the timing. So if you want to slow it down, make it a bit easier for players, you can change the timing, so you have to do it in less time. At the moment, it's timed to 0.5 seconds, which is quite fast. So I'm going to turn it up a little bit to 1. So they actually have a 1 second threshold to hit all 3 of these keys. So he'll do attack, 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 and then do the combo. Okay? So we do that. And go back to my third person character. I now put in the IA combo attack. No, what do I call it? Oh, IA. Yeah, combo attack. Yeah. Combo attack. There we go. And what you do is you do it on completed. So when it successfully gets through it all, completed is going to trigger. And that's when you do your play animation montage. So we'll show you that working. We'll go combo 1. And if I do this, special attack. So now I'm hitting left click, right click. If I just spam left click, nothing happens. If I hit right click, bang. Yeah? So you can do combo attacks very easily. And that is how you do combos. And that's how you, the same method if you want to do a beat 'em up, fighting games like this, all that sort of stuff. It's really, really cool. For completed, it's basically like release, kind of. It's a little bit different in this case because completed, it's setting up saying like, does all these things and then finish. Because as I say, this has got no input on it. It doesn't register as an input. So you just hit the buttons in the correct timings and it'll just go. So this is what I really like about enhanced input actions. They've got some really nice features such as combos. And as I say, we can put up any combination of tools we want. So I can make it so if I spam the minor attack 5 times in a row, I can make it do something else completely. Yeah, it's super simple and very quick to set up. Let's do another one. So I'm going to go into combo. Let's do, what's this one? I want to do a fun looking one. Skill 3. What's skill 3? Yeah, that's quite cool. Let's speed it up to 2 though. So really fast. There we go. So I'm going to right click, create, and then montage. Combo 2. And oh, don't forget to make it root motion. There we go. Okay, so then you go into the IMC default. Well, first of all, we have to make the actual input. Whoops. Input, action. So you still need the input. It's just that he has no key associated to it. So input action, IA, combo, attack 2. And that's it. I go into my context. Add another one. Combo attack 2. No keys. Don't need any keys. Just go to trigger. Combo, and in here I can do combo actions. Now what you also notice here, you can also do cancel actions. So if you hit another button by accident and you want the player to suffer for hitting the wrong button, you can make a cancel action cancel whatever they're currently doing. Yeah, so for example, if they do a jump, they can cancel that action and not trigger it going in the air. So you can do some fun things with that. So yeah, so here we're going to do IA minor attack. Minor attack. Let's just copy this. See if I can just paste. Do one more. I'll do 5. No, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh wait, I've ticked the wrong button. Whoops. Not that one. It's this one. There you go. 5. Paste. There we go. So I've got 5 things to hit, and I've got to do it in 1 second to order to do it. So I go back to my player character. IA combo attack. I've done it. It is again. IA combo attack 2. There we go. And we do this. Copy. Paste. On completed. And then we choose combo attack 2. So if I hit the minor attack 5 times in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. So you could do fun things. Like that. It's pretty cool. So could you also play a random combo finishing montage with this approach? You totally could, yeah. You could totally do that with the montage bit. You just play a different montage in your on your character. Just randomize this if you want. Totally up to you what you want to do with that. So as I say, this is just the basics. You can go really far with this. This makes it really fun to do. So yeah, it's quite cool. Yeah. So next, that's us obviously playing animations. Oh, this is very basic. As I said, I can spam the button and I'll just like no good. So what I want to do is make it so that when I attack, I can't hit the attack again if I'm already hitting that attack. Okay. So in minor attack here, I'm going to drag my mesh out, get the anim instance, And then from that, I'm going to do is montage playing. Montage is playing. Now here, if you leave it blank, it means it'll choose any montage. It'll be happy with any montage. But in this particular case, I want minor montages and strong montages, strong attacks to sort of override each other. So minor montages will only play if you're not doing any other attack. Okay, I want them to have the lowest priority. So montage is playing is none. Put that in there and go nuts with it. Okay. But with a strong attack, I'm going to say only do this if we're not doing if we are doing anything other than the minor montage. No, yeah, minor montage. Combo 1 minor. Okay. So if combo 1 minor is playing, started, I want it to play with that, but I do want it to do what I want it to do. I want it to override if montage is playing, no montage is playing, do that. If no montage is playing, right, let me get confused. If no montage is playing, or that's it, or montage is playing, combo 1 minor is playing, then it will happily go ahead and do this one. So it can override the minor attack, for example. And the combo attacks, we could make them check for anything we want. I'll be okay with that. So if I go in here, I can spam the left click button, and it shouldn't. Hang on, why is it doing that? Combo attack. No, minor attack. Minor attack. If false. Sorry. There we go. So I can spam it and it'll go into the combo. Yeah. That combo locks me down. I think the root motion on it is quite strong. We can fix that. Yeah, it doesn't look like it hangs about a bit. Let me change the rate scale down to 1 and check out the montage and increase this rate of the montage instead. So I think that might be what's doing it. So let's make it so that you can only do the combo attacks if no other combo attack is playing, for example, or that one isn't playing. So we just do this. If montage is playing, combo 1 is not playing. So on false, play montage. And then the same again for this one, but this one would be this montage. So once it started playing that montage, it won't interrupt itself. But if you interrupt it with a different one, it'd be happy to do that. So we get some cool effects. Boom. Yeah. Yeah, it looks a lot better now. Now he's not doing that stuttering thing. Oh no, strong attack's broken. I think I've meant to put that on false as well. Strong attack. If any strong attack is montage, false. If montage is playing, if montage is playing. If any montage is playing, or that doesn't make sense because that would be playing as well. if the montage is playing, combo 1. Oh, screw it. We'll just keep it simple. My brain can't think. I'm tired. There we go. There goes the false. That's any montage. Okay. There we go. There we go. So we've got a nice, easy way of doing combos by using the enhanced input actions system in 5.1. Really cool. I think your description from the old live stream, probably I was midnight last night trying to work it. I'll fix it later. it's been a busy few days. Okay, so what we're going to do now is the attacking and dealing damage to things. So we need to set up some enemies to hit. So we'll do an enemy folder. Enemy. And we'll set up a character. Enemy. And we'll give them the same mesh as us. It's just we'll probably change the color of it actually. So we'll go. There we go. And MVP. There we go. I'm just gonna change his color. So it's got his body color here. Now this looks like it's just flat out color. So if I open this up, yeah, it's just a parameter. Yeah, cool. All right, simple. Go to that folder. Where's the body? It is. I'm going to create an instance of that and change the color of it. We'll go for like a red color. Purple. There you go. And on enemy, we use body one instance. Yeah. We'll probably change his actual other body color as well. Hang on. Create instance. I'll give it purple as well. Oh. There we go. Just so it looks a little bit different. There we go. Purple guy. So, yeah, we're going to give him that. And then we'll put him into a scene and make it so we can deal damage to him. Okay. Okay. So, we're not going to worry about him moving around just yet. I just want to hit him. So, when you're doing an arcade-based action game, and to some extent, some more modern games like Elden Ring and all that too as well, will have some level of auto-aiming type thing. Obviously, they do have some auto lock-on buttons, but we'll make it do an auto lock-on based upon which direction you're going and who it's likely it could be that you're aiming towards, and who you hit last. So I'm going to do like an auto aim snap to you. Okay, so in our player character, we want to get a function to get a target. So get attack target. Okay, and on get attack target, we're going to do a line trace based upon, well, not a line trace, but we'll just get a vector related to our direction we're going in or looking at. So we're going to get the player camera manager, and then from there we're going to get the forward vector. Okay, we now want to get all of the actors that are enemies within range of our character. Okay, so if you want to do like a big radius circle, you can do around the character if you want. I'm just going to keep it simple and just do get all actors of class, and I'm just going to choose enemy. Great. Actually, no, I will do it. I will do it actually around the radius. Do it properly. So sphere collision. Make it nice and big. Do like a, I don't know, 1,000. Yeah. Then, yeah, get attack target. So on the sphere, we'll get the overlapping actors of the enemy class. And for each one of them, we're going to get the direction to each one. So you need to get the location of it. We need to get our location. So I'm just going to copy paste that. And you get direction. So direction from our character. Get direction from our character to them, the enemy. So we've got a line going out that way and a line going out that way to whatever enemy we're looking at. We're now going to work out which one is closer to our field of view based upon the angle of those two lines. And to do that, we use the cosine because if you remember ever like Sokotoa, where you're doing like sine opposite of a hypotenuse, whereas cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse, and a tan is the other one, opposite over adjacent. Cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse, and we have the, if we look at hang on, I'm going to do a paint little thing here just so you people can learn what I'm talking about here. It's not nonsense. So that is our camera view. Okay, we'll say this is our camera down the bottom here, and this is our line of sight from the camera. Let's say we've got an enemy that is over here. His line is going this way. Okay, so we've got that line and we've got this line. That's the two lines we've worked out, and we've got that direction and we've got that direction. We want to work out this angle here. Ooh. Okay, and whoever has the smallest angle means they're closest to our line of sight. Okay, and from trigonometry from school, that's a triangle. And you have the hypotenuse, you have the adjacent angle, and the opposite angle, because that's the angle there, that's the opposite of the angle, that's adjacent to the angle, and that is the hypotenuse of the angle. And Sokotoa, if you remember that, SOH, sine over is when you've got the opposite and the hypotenuse angles, which we don't have. Cosine, which is Ka, which is adjacent over hypotenuse, which we do have, which is the one we're using. And you have Toa, which is tan, which is opposite over her adjacent. So we're using cosine, and that is why we're using cosine. Just a little bit of a trigonometry lesson for everyone there. For everyone who was in school saying they'll never use trigonometry, there you go. So to work out the angle of that, we want to use the cosine, but you want to do the inverse of cosine. So that is just search for it. I can't remember what they call it. Acos, yeah, acos degrees. No, not acos degrees. Cos. No, hang on. Oh yeah, no. We want to get, yeah. We need to do these two together first. Whoops, my bad. So we've got those two. We need to work out the angle between these two distances. And you do the dot product. And then you do the A cosine degrees. And that gives you the amount of degrees there are between each one. And yeah, okay. Now to work out which one is closest, we're going to have two local variables. The first local variable is going to be the closest angle, which is a float, and the closest enemy, which would be an enemy reference. Closest angle, start that up high. You want to start at like at 90. Yeah. And what you want to do is with acos D is check to see if it is less than this closest angle here. So if acos D here is less than this closest angle, that means we found one that's closer to our line of sight. So put that in there. Whoop. Log that into note body. I'm good, thank you. We're going to do that. And then we're going to do... yep, if that's true, we then set the closest enemy to this one. Oh, I have to cast it. Cast to enemy. I can make it a pure cast. That's fine. Ooh. There you go. And now keep track of that. And then when it goes through all of them, on completed here, we'll return whoever is the closest one, if there is one. So closest enemy, get, and we'll plug that into there. Attack target, we'll call it. Okay, and we're gonna make this a pure function, so it is fresh and up to date every time we call it. And where's my attacks? Let's move my combos out of the way. Right, there we go. And we've got strong attack, and we've got this attack here. Okay, so before I go call the play montage, we want to call that get attack target. So now we know who we are going to be attacking. With that in mind, we can then we're going to tell our character to basically lock onto it, okay, and store that as their current attack target. And once I've got that as an attack target, then all their attacks will, like, we want to change their positioning to be around that attack target, locked onto it. So it's a sort of auto soft lock onto it. So get attack target, we can promote it to a variable current lock on target false, and play montage. But before I do the play montage, I'm going to drag out from here and do set actor location, and I'm going to sweep my character across to the location of my lock on target. So if it is valid, we'll do a valid check. We'll teleport our character to that location just to see what it's like. And if we don't like it, we won't bother with it. Get actor location. But you want some sort of stickiness when you're doing like fast combat. Like that. Yep, so looked at him. Whoop. Oh, I hit the wall. There you go. Whoop. So got that in there. Not bad. Okay, so we've got my camera's getting stuck on behind his head. But yeah, cool. So we've got some sort of like snapping thing there too. But obviously there's a lot of things we could do in there, like consideration wise. We can look at how far away they are, what we're doing currently, whether or not we actually do that. And if you want to use, you can use move component 2 rather than teleport to make it a bit more smoother. You can do. So that would look like something like this. Move component 2. Target there. The component we want to move here is the capsule, which is the root component. Now this is a relative based thing, so it's moving the components relative to their parent. If we plug in the root component, such as the capsule component, the parent of that is the world. So the relative components of the capsule component is exactly the same as the world location coordinates. So if I do that, I can plug that into there and move it towards there. So over time of 0.5 seconds. Okay. And relative rotation is I'm going to keep we'll just keep the current rotation. Get actor. Actually, no, we'll rotate him to face the enemy. Find, look at. Oh, I have to do it from here. Find, look at rotation. That's the target. The star is my location. And plug that into there. I want just the yaw, not the whole thing. So split that. Make rotator. And just put yaw in it. Ooh. There we go. Okay, so that'll look a little bit different now. So if I hit the button now. Oh, my camera keeps getting stuck. I'll have to turn off collision for that for now. Yeah, we'll turn off collision for that. The problem with the move component 2, it doesn't take into account of things like collisions. So your character will pop into them and then pop out. So that's something to be aware of. I'm going to go to my camera boom, just turn it off for now. But you could do this method. Yeah, it's a little bit, yeah, don't like it too much. So I'm going to keep it to the set actor location one, but I'm only going to do it within a certain range of the character. So set actor location. If distance between these two, distance between those two is less than 300, sure. And put that in there. And that's the location we'll go into there. Don't forget to tick sweep. That way you're still affected by other things in your path. So it won't look like he's just teleporting across the map. He'll go a little bit closer. So I'm hitting it now, not doing anything now. But if I go up closer to him, I'll snap to him a bit better. And we also do the lookout rotation as well. So get set actor rotation to that, and we're going to do the find lookout rotation of the player character versus the enemy. Split, it'll break that, and we just want the yaw. If you don't do this, what happens is your character will do all sorts of weird angles because they'll be like pitching, rolling, and all sorts of things. We don't want that. We just want the yaw. And if we're not attacking them like that, we'll go into false. We'll go into the active rotation. So we'll still rotate towards them. We'll just play the montage as well. So if I do this, boom, 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 yeah. I have to go closer to him. Okay, so you can do some like fun, like fast-paced combat with this sort of thing. Because now, if he goes up in the air, if I do like a knock up, my character would like keep sticking with him and keep going up with him like that. So yeah. And no matter what I do, if I were to go around this way, he's still gonna turn and attack him. But if I put in two of them. Oh, it's done that thing again where it's just lost, like, it loses content. Now, I'll just put another one in, you'll see it. The enemy's still there, it's just hidden for some reason. There you go. Yeah, so now I can snap onto two, and it'll go with the one I'm aiming at. So I'm aiming at this one, so it's going to look at that one. If I aim at this one... this one, there you go. Get in, there we go. Done. 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 Cool. Right, let's do damage. So to deal damage with this one, because I'm going for a fast-paced combat thing, I want to be able to hit multiple enemies at once if they're in the right area. We're going for a very action-based combat here. We're going to use something I like to call damage spheres. So we're going to go in, create a new blueprint class, actor, damage sphere, and going to add a sphere collision to this thing. Okay, and on the event graph, on begin play, so as soon as this thing spawns into the world and played, we're going to get all the overlapping actors of this sphere. So get overlapping actors. Class filter, we're going to return all actors. Okay, not just enemies, all actors. And we're going to say to this for each loop, can they be damaged? Can they be damaged? And put that into a branch. If they can be damaged, then we want to damage them. And we're going to apply point damage. Now, the damage we're going to get from this is going to come from a few different things here. So, damaged actor is going to be this array element, obviously. So, we'll plug that across to there. The base damage is whatever strength we're going to do. So, I'm going to right click on this one, promote to value, base damage strength. Whilst I'm here, I'm going to make that editable and exposed on spawn. More on that in a minute. Next, we've got this hit info from direction and all this other stuff. So, to get that hit info and hit direction, I'm going to do a simple line trace from the damage sphere to the actor. Okay? or to the source of the damage sphere, more exactly. So the damage sphere we're going to do is get the owner. So who was the one that spawned it? And we're going to get the location of our owner. We're going to get the location of our target. We're going to get the do a line trace by channel. That's start. That's end. Put that into there. And I'm not really fussed about the hit info, but we have to plug it in anyway. So hit info will go into there. Hit from direction is just the direction between these 2 points. So I'll just get that from there. Direction. It'd be the other way around. From that to... No. Get... Owner... Yeah, to there from that. Yes, right. No, what am I doing? Get your direction from... Yeah, I'm doing the wrong way. From to there. There we go. Damage causer will be the owner of this thing. So, right there. Okay, and we're not worried about instigator. That'll be fine. Like that. And not worried about damage class either. That'll be fine like that. And once it's finished going through all the possible targets, the completed here, we're going to do is going to be destroy actor. So as soon as this thing is spawned in the world, it's destroyed. Now, when it is applying point damage, we are going to make it like hit react to it and flip out. But for now, that'll do. We're not worried about line trace hitting. We're not really worried about that. Anything really there. Yeah, I think that'll do. So, the last thing we need to do on here is the range of the attack. So I'm going to do attack range. And that'll be a float. This number will determine the size of our sphere here. So if it's bigger, we'll make it a wider area and attack more people. So if you're doing like a more of a wavy attack, you can make it bigger. So on the construction script, we will set the attack range to affect the sphere's radius. Set sphere radius to attack range. That's due to the level streaming there. I don't know why it does that. It's so weirdly dumb. Okay, so yeah, that's it. Attack range, we'll make that editable and expose on spawn. Okay, next is we're gonna make a notify for our animations. Blueprint class, all classes, anim notify. And click select. And here we're going to do deal damage. Anim notify is a piece of code that can fire on your animations based on a certain point. And it comes with 3 overrideable functions. We've got get default trigger weight threshold, get notify name, and receive notify. We only care about receive notify. In receive notify, you get some basic information. You can't do too much with these things, but it's enough for what we're going to do here. So what we're going to do is we're going to spawn a damage sphere. So spawn actor from class. Then we're going to choose our damage sphere. And you can see base damage and attack range coming through here. Now I want to promote these both to variables as well. Reason why will be clear in a second. The owner, which we need to set because we're using it, will be the owner of the mesh component. So I get the mesh component, and I get the owner of that. And that will be the owner of the attack here. And the spawn transform will be just in front of our mesh component. So we get the world location of our component here. And I want to just put it just in front of us, really. So let's get our plus, and we get the forward vector of our component, multiply that by a float, So we'll just put it just in front of our character. We'll do 100. And we'll just split that and put that into there. Okay, and that's it. Make sure you tick the box for that return value. And that'll do. Next, we're going to go to animations. So if I go to our montages, combo 1 minor, find the point where you want damage to be taken. So there. On the notify track, right click, add notifier, you'll see do damage. Now what's really cool about this is that on the right hand side now, if you, unless you forgot like I have to make these editable, there we go, and then go back to there, you'll see you can set the base damage and attack range of each attack. So this base attack, we can do like 10, attack range here, we'll do 100, whatever. Do 50 actually, and so you can define different points of animations to do different amounts of damage. So this is a strong attack, this one, so this one could do more damage. So I'll go to there. Now if I deal damage, base damage will do 20, attack range will do, if it's a wide sweeping one, we'll do 100. Okay, for example. And so if I were going to an enemy now and put in the damage event, any damage, and in the any damage here, I'll just take it to print, and I'll launch it back as well. We'll print the damage like that, and we'll launch the character back. So launch, not any damage then, we want to use point damage, my bad. Where does the damage sphere fall? So I chose it to pick the world location of the mesh components. Wherever my mesh is, it's going to pick that location plus 100 units forwards from its location in the world. So it'll appear just in front of our character. Point damage we want. There you go. So damage going there, and I'll do launch character. And I'm going to launch them in the shot from direction, multiply that by a float. This will be the strength of the attack, 500, sure, why not? And we'll give it a bit of height as well. So add in the Z, 500. Oh, not 5,000, 500. And we'll override these two as well. Okay, so we should see our boys here get attacked and take damage. Oh. Or not. Why you not work? Deal damage. Damage sphere. We'll just print string that, make sure that is actually happening. Yeah, that's happening. Just not doing damage. Go back to my sphere. Damage sphere. For each loop. Put a little delay in its destroy maybe. Or actually, I'll tell you what, I'll get rid of destroy actor. I'll make it visible so we can then bug test it a little bit. Hidden game turn off. There we go. Show. There it is. Oh, the mesh component's facing the wrong way. My bad. Yeah, the mesh component is not facing the right way with these meshes. That's why, like, when you make a character, you have to rotate the mesh around. So what we're going to do instead is on the deal damage, when we want to spawn this in, rather than using the world location of the mesh component, I'm going to get its owner and get the location of that instead, and that'll be better. No, it's still doing it there. Why are you doing this to me? Oh, it's because we're getting the forward vector of that. Hang on. Let's just use the owner of everything. Hang on. Get owner. Get actor location. Plug that in now. Get actor forward vector. Plug that in there. There we go. There we go. Still not reacting to being hit though by it. But it's spawning in the right place. So damage sphere, overlapping actor. Spheres have been told to overlap everything. Yep. Why you not work? Can be damaged, should be turned on. We'll do a print string now. Change the color of it. Make sure that's coming through fine. So there's blank. Why is that not hitting? It's definitely overlapping it. Let's check there can be damage thing, yeah. Class defaults can be damaged. Yeah, it's turned on. Damage sphere. Get overlapping actors. It's not even doing this, so what? Let me do a little delay on this. Oh, there you go. It's a bit delayed, but it works. Why did I do that? It's okay. I think the size of it was not getting set the right time, so I'm gonna do the sizing here on the begin play instead. I'll do that. Right, let's. There we go. Cool. So that works. So the reason why was because the constructor wasn't setting the size quick enough for it to do its thing. So I set the size after the constructor begin play. So that seemed to do it. Just make this less of a pushback. Let's do 200 and do 300 on that. Yeah. Okay, so we got some basic damage attacks going on there. Cool. Okay, so we got some basic combat moves in play there. How are we doing for time? Okay, not too much longer left. I don't think we're going to have too much time to do AI stuff. Maybe we'll do AI stuff in next month's live stream. Would that be something that you guys want to see continued on in next live month? We'll do like a third-person AI, combat AI, with a combat director. If you want to see that, we could do that next month. Let me know in chat if you want, if something you want to do next month instead, rather than try and scram it all in 15 minutes, which we're not going to be able to do. We can try and do it next month. Okay, so what can we do to improve this? So at the moment we've got spamming the attacks. Cool. We've got a strong attack. Yeah, nice. Okay. Okay, cool. And what I want to do actually, I think with to improve the camera movement of that, is if I go to the player character, I'm going to go to the spring arm and just add a bit of lag to it. So enable camera lag. We'll leave it at default for now and see what it looks like. So I'm hoping that when I quote-unquote teleport... Oh, God. What happened there? What happened there? When I quote-unquote teleport, the camera lag behind will make my camera move a bit better. So, yeah. So it's not so, like, hard cut. My character moves fast, but I don't. Which is quite nice. Do. Can the sweep teleport be a little less perceptive on attacks? What do you mean by perceptive? Like the range of it, you mean? Is that what you're talking about? Cool. So the rest of it is selling the attack with like visual effects and things like that. So we could do like a little impact visual effects. I don't think he has any in here, so we'll have to make some basic ones in here. So no ecosystem, copy or create an empty one, and do impact. And I want some impact sort of stars. I think like little sparky stars. I think I want to try and do. So we'll go into there. It'd be a burst because you want to like pop the sparks off them. So on particle emitter update, sorry, we're going to add a burst, and we'll just burst 10. I don't know. Initialize particle. We're going to change the sizing here. So sprite size, random uniform between 10 and 20. And on particle spawn, we'll do add velocity, solve, and we'll randomize the direction here. So random vector, what do we want? Random vector. And the vector scale is how fast it's going to go. So random vector gets the random direction. Vector scale gives us the speed of it. So I can put in a random range here, random float range between 300 and 500. And we'll change their lifetime down to like 0.5 seconds. A bit less than that. 0.2. 0.3. 0.3. There you go. Okay. And we'll do a circle as well, expanding around it, like a little shockwave too. So empty. And this one is going to be... I'll change the materials in a second. Emitter update. We're going to do another burst, but with just one on this burst. Initialize particle. Now, here's a little tip for you. If you're doing ecosystems, if I want to change the size of something over time, which I want to do for this, I want to do like an expanding circle, like shockwave circle, you'll find that it doesn't work. If I go to a particle update and do scale sprite size, if I do this scaling here like this, nothing happens. Yeah, the reason why nothing happens is because what you have to do is go to initialize particle, go to sprite size mode, and change it from unset to something else, anything else. So the uniform, for example. Okay. Now if I go to set my uniform sprite size to something like 50, you can see its sprite goes up like that. Change the lifetime to this 0.25. I'm going to change the size of this to 300. Cool. Yeah, that's not too bad. I'm going to bring this timeline down a bit as well. Okay. Right, so now let's make that renderer a bit nicer. Let's make that a new material. VFX shock. And this one can do a very simple thing. I usually like to put my sprites on planar when I'm doing any kind of visual effects in materials. Just it's more likely what we can be seeing on the string. We leave this stream as a video after that. So this is recorded and it's auto archived, but it's auto archived for Patreon members straight away after the stream. So if you're supporting on Patreon, you actually watch this back as many times as you like, up to straight after the show. Everyone else gets it released 2 weeks later on YouTube. Okay, so if you want to support the channel, again, every penny helps. Head over to Patreon and you can get this and a load of other videos and a load of other benefits as well. Lots of cool stuff happening on over there. So, yeah, sphere mask. And we're going to do a very simple sphere mask in here. I've done videos about sphere masks, so I won't go into it too much, but you want something like this. So you want determine the coordinate space. So it goes between 0 and 1, basically. The sphere mask second value, B, is the center point, so 0.5, 0.5. The radius, it'd be 0.5 because it's 0 to 1 in size. And hardness, we'll put as 50. And it gives us a circle that looks like that. Okay. Now we'll do the exact same one again. But radius for this one is going to go down to 0.45. And I'll take this and subtract it. This will give me a little ring. Like that. Okay. Actually, if I turn hardness up to 100, we'll get a more defined ring. Hold on. Like that. There you go. Cool. You can see the end result. So little preview windows are these little buttons here. You can see what it looks like. So that take away that will give us that circle there. And we may want to use particle colors for this. So we go particle color and we'll multiply that by the color into there. We also want to make this transparent because we don't want to have the black bit. So we go to opaque, translucent, and we'll take this here and put that into opacity. Now you probably want to alpha multiply that by the alpha as well from the particle system in case you want to fade it out on the particle itself. Now respect that input coming from there. That will do. I'm not going to do too much time on it because I'm not a visual effects artist. So we're going there. VFX shock. And we'll see a circle. Yeah. We're going to change the alpha of it on here a little bit. So I'm going to go to particle update, scale color, and scale the alpha. Float from curve. Yeah, not too bad. We'll maybe bring the curve down a bit there. Add another point here, bring it up a little bit. So it fades in and fades out. Yeah. And I'll bring that down a bit actually. So it's less opaque. It'll just be subtle. Yeah, that'll do. Okay, so when the enemy takes damage, we're going to do spawn system at location. System we want is our impact. Location be hit location. And yeah, that'll do. Or I just do it on my location rather than just do act location. Be fine like that. Got to make the knife system, make sure it doesn't loop. So go back to system here, go down to here, loop behavior, just do it once. That will do just fine. Okay, so I didn't put the Niagara effect on the combos, damage from the combos, but you can see that working there. Cool. Yeah, nice. Okay. Okay. What else can we do? Right. So we've got that little teleport our player does when they're moving. So let's make it look a little bit fancier. We'll do another Niagara system. We'll do NS trail. I'm going to leave a trail behind us. So I'm going to do NS trail here. And we're going to do emitter. Empty one. I'm going to change it from a sprite renderer to a ribbon renderer. We'll get rid of the sprite. And on here, what a ribbon renderer does, it connects each of the particles it spits out together with a line. Okay, so if I go to my particle emitter update here, and do spawn rate, and do like 5, and then on particle spawn, I'll do add velocity and solve forces. You see a line coming up. There you go. Okay, and that is the ribbon. Okay, so it's connecting up, like 5 of these dots are going up together. Okay, so that's what that works there. Now, we're going to make it leave behind a trail from our player. So what I'm going to do is on this add velocity, I'm going to turn that off. And what that's going to do is going to spawn these particles on this location. But because my character's moving, and I'll attach it to the character, when they move, the particles should leave a trail behind because they're spawned over here, then they're spawned over there, so it should connect them up. Just need to make the ribbon length a bit longer, so I'll turn on add velocity whilst we're testing this. Go to initialize particle, go to ribbon width, direct set, 5. Yeah, that's not too bad. That'll do. We can mess about with color in a minute, not a problem. Right, turn off velocity, and we then want to go to our player character, go to our event graph where we're doing this move, snapping our character to. And because we've got loads of attacks, I'm just going to do this to a whole host of things in here. I'm going to do a macro of this. Collapse to macro. Snap to target. So it makes life a little bit easier. There you go. And I could do that to the other ones now. Snap the target. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, so when I do snap the target, go into here, we're gonna spawn the emitter in. So spawn system attached. And we're going to take to spawn in the trail system attached to our mesh component. Attach point is what body part you want to attach it to. We'll do it to the pelvis. I'm not too fast. We could do one to each hand if you want it to, but pelvis will be fine. The location and rotation we'll leave alone. Location type we'll do we'll do snap the target, keep world, we'll do keep world scale. Auto destroy will turn on, auto activate will leave on, and that's it. Okay, so return value from this, I'll promote that to a variable, and we'll call it VFX trail, and then connect that up. So it's going to start with this trail, but I want that trail. Actually, I don't want to promote to a variable, do I? No, don't need to promote to variable. We'll just tell our trail here to not last that long. So on the trail here, we'll go down to its loop behavior. We'll do once for like 1 second. Okay, so for a course of 1 second, it will start spawning these trails in. Hope that's the logic behind it anyway. So you see the line there coming in when I do the attack. No, that's not what I wanted. Nope. Spawn at my no, spawn this location, attached to the pelvis. Yeah, it's because I'm moving straight away. I mean, what I could do is make it loop and make it just attached to my player character. And then change its visibility based on how fast I'm going. Like here. So for example, if I put in a trail here, like that, I'll give it this here. attach that to the mesh. Because as I move, oh, let's make it last forever as well. Trail, loop, infinite. But it's going to leave like a trail behind wherever I walk. So we'll just make it turn off and on when I'm attacking, maybe. So I don't know. Loop duration. Initialized particle. Change the lifetime of that down to like 0.5 maybe, or yeah, no 0.5. No multiplayer, no time for that. So running behind, I've got this little trail behind me. Yeah, it looks kind of okay. We can make it a bit bigger. We'll do 20. By the way, that jumpiness you see with the trail, that's fixed when you add more to the spawning of it. So if I go to the spawn rate and increase that to like 50, it'll become a lot smoother. Like that, see? A lot nicer. You know, it's a start. Probably need to do like based on whether I'm attacking or not, I'll turn it off and on. I don't know. Yeah, let's try doing that. Go to my player character. I'll make this thing not visible. So go down here to hidden in game, turned on. And when I go to target and I go to attack, we turn it on. What I'm going to do though, do an event. I'm going to do event on here to show trail. And we're going to make it visible by doing the hidden in game. So hidden in game to false. And then I'm going to do a retriggerable delay. What a retriggerable delay is, it's like a normal delay, but if it gets triggered again, it'll restart the timer. So you can just do this little retriggerable delay for like whatever you want. And if I were to keep hitting it and keep showing the attack, it'll keep showing it. So I'll do like 0.3 for example, and then I turn it off. And then I'll set the target. I'll do show trail. So now it's not when I'm running around, but if I go to the attack, oh, it's that little nice little trail gets left behind when I teleport back. That looks a lot nicer now. Yeah, cool. So we've got combos, we've got trails, we've got impact effects, we've got damage being done. We haven't got AI, but we'll do AI in next month's live session. So each month we do a live session, one per month, where we'll take a particular topic and we'll do a video about it, live stream about it. And so what we'll do next time is we'll do third person combat AI, and we'll continue this exact project on and make them move around us and stuff like that. As I said right at the start of the video, live stream, sorry, we could spend 24/7 on this and for a month and still be working on it. There's loads you can keep adding to this thing. But what I want you to pull out from today is a couple of little tips and tricks, such as the combos, how to do combos really easily using the new enhanced input action stuff. That's a really cool feature, and it's one of the things I really love about enhanced input actions, as well as many other triggers they have. Showing the use of using sphere damage spheres to deal damage to multiple enemies in the area. Because what I didn't show with that is if you put them next to each other, like if they're like next to each other like this, and you hit them both, but like, no, hang on. I go. There we go. No, it's just a little bit too. Let me increase the weight range of that. Strong attack, deal damage, attack range 200. Just for demonstration. They'll both react to that impact. Yeah. Boom, boom, and you can juggle them around like this. And if you had them knock in the air, my character would go up to him in the air as well. So I mean, let's test that out. If I do damage to them, increase this to like 600, so they go more in the air. My character should go up with them. Or not at all. It does a little bit. Probably needed a bit more work on that one. But if I push jump, it looks quite nice. Yeah. Smack. And like you could do like cool visual effects on that bit. I mean, I didn't do any visual effects on it. I'll tell you what, for a bit of fun, let's bring in a visual effect into it. I've got some visual effects already made from other people, so I'm going to import them in from my library. Just because it's fun to see stuff blow up. So, where are we? There we are. We're going to add this to it, I think. We'll add this to it. I don't know if this is going to be any good or not, but we'll do it. Third person live, add to project, and we'll see if this has been fun. Yeah, combat could be fun. Like the difference would be that I think you'd need to temporarily turn off gravity on your character, so that they can go in the air. That could be an interesting thing to try and do. Like if I do on the input when I go to snap to target, if I take the character movement here and set gravity scale to 0.4, will that have an effect? Obviously I haven't changed it back to 1, so yeah, a little bit. I think it's just not going high enough. But yeah, anyway. Let's add in some of these cool visual effects. I want to find one that's like an earth shatter type of thing, because that'd be fun to do. Particles. This is from a stylized visual effects pack that I bought from the marketplace. God knows how long ago. Got a load of impact ones in here, which are quite nice, but we're not going to use any of those. Dirt spikes, yeah, that'd be fun. Yeah, that's fun. Okay, so what we do on that one is we go to our character animation and go to our combo 1. Is it this one? No, combo 2. This one. So at the point of at the point of impact, smack there. I go add notify, play Niagara effect. Click on this. Dirt spikes 1. Now we probably have to change the offset of this a little bit, because it will spawn underneath my character, not the sword. And we're probably need to time it better as well. Let's wait for it to go away. So if I change the offset on that in the Y by 100. A little bit more, and I need to start it a little bit sooner. So let's do 150. Let's bring it back here a little bit. Cool. 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 Right. So let's see what that looks like. So this was if I spam the button. Cool. Spawned it on the camera though for some of it. I don't know why. Yeah, why is it spawning up there? I don't know. But yes. That's fun. Probably go a bit faster if anything. But you just add little effects like that to it. That'd be cool to do. You just play about with it really until you get what you want. What else we got in here? So you've got some other shockwave bits and all that. What's these other dirt spikes we've got in here? Are these any better? For attacks that do repetitive damage, would you just copy paste the damage notify multiplier times inside the montage, or take damage value and multiply it outside on the player blueprint? Yeah, if it's going to be like a combo attack, like boom, 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 just add loads more damage notifiers to it. Oh, that's cooler. Let's use that. Let's use that one. That's more fun. All right, I just need to rotate it around the right way. So I need to rotate it in the Z by 90 degrees. Oh, that's fun. Yeah. Oh, it's still moving. I need to make it not attached. But yeah, it's fun. Keep them going. That is caused by it being attached and in local space. So in here, let's stick to local space here. I don't know why it's labeled as local space, but we're going to switch all of these to not use local space. There you go. Now stop it from doing that. So now I can walk away from it. Oh. I think there's things attached, like, I don't know what's going on. I think the spikes have needed the local space for some reason. I have to have a look at what they've done with it. Maybe I can tell it not to be attached. Hold on. Combo 2. Turn it off to not be attached. There we go. Boom. There we go. Smack. Yeah. Almost knocked him out. It's been fun. So yeah, it's just a lot of tweaking and getting it playing right. But within an hour and a half, we've got something quite cool there, playable, and we can definitely keep on tweaking it. Obviously, this is something you can do in 1 hour and a half. You need to spend some time on it to get it exactly right for the game you are making. But yeah, so it's going to be a lot of fun to see us going forward. So could you add an attack sphere at the end of the animation to make a ranged attack? You could do, yeah. You mean the spinning one that I just did, or the stabby one? But yeah, you totally could make an offset type thing, change it and manipulate where it goes. Like for example, if I go back to that combo, that is the other one, the stabby one, like that. If I do that one and then go to there and notify deal damage, we'll just give it a value. We'll do 200 again. It's quite powerful. 50. There we go. But that's going to spawn just in front of my character. I can change its location over here. If I just edit the notify blueprint, I've got this value here of how far the offset is. If I just promote that to a variable and call it offset and make it editable, I can then go to that animation and change that value to be something larger, so it will spawn further away. So rather than 100, I can make it say 300. And now I'll have a far greater range of attack. So this was minor strong. Like that. That's fun. Whoosh. That's fun. Vinny, is it better to use sphere because it's sort of precise weapon line trace combat for fast-paced combat like that? If it's fast-paced combat, I recommend spheres because it's meant to be more arcadey, more fun. Like spheres are better for that. Line trace method is probably better for more like simulations type thing where you want to know which direction the animation was going when you've done the hit. Because sphere traces, you don't get that, so you don't get which direction the sword was swinging when you're doing that. If you need that information, then you'll use a complex line trace for the sword swing. But yeah, that's what you're doing now. But I say that will have to do for tonight, unfortunately. I wish we could stay here all night long doing this, but unfortunately we do have to go. We'll be back here next weekend for another live stream, but next weekend's live stream we'll be reviewing everyone's Game Jam submissions. So if you're taking part in the Game Jam, good luck. I wish you all the best. I really look forward to seeing everyone's entries. It's really fun to see. And next weekend we'll find a winner. And yeah, it'll be good fun. But we're back here on Wednesday for question time, so join us on Wednesday for question time. So bring your questions regarding game dev, Unreal Engine, whatever it is you want to do. And after next week, we've got Kirby live stream. We're going to have a look at Kirby. It is the 40th anniversary, I think, of Kirby. We're going to look at Kirby's game mechanics and look at how we can let's create them back in our Unreal Engine. So let's take a look at that in a couple of weeks' time. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us live. I've had a great time. Hopefully you've learned something from this. Patreon members, don't forget you get access to the videos straight away, and everyone else who's not a Patreon member will get access to it on YouTube in 2 weeks' time. Thank you again so much for your support, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Thanks, everyone, and good night. Bye-bye.